There's never going to be zero risk. When you're breaking the bonds of gravity, that's just part of the deal.
For the first part of our lunar mission, we will be taking a temporary launch and landing pad, a temporary energy source or a generator, and a research module for future inhabitants. So a little overview of what my plans are for this new series. I'm building a southern moon base called Lunar Horizons. I've already built a northern moon base, but I wanted to do something a bit more detailed. So I've decided that I'm going to create a series that is hopefully going to go on for a decent amount of episodes, where I'm going to each episode take new pods, new landers, and maybe even inhabitants from time to time to the moon base. In the future, I'd like to expand it in our solar system to go to places like Europa. A hint, I might be doing a Dyson sphere soon around the sun as part of my interplanetary missions. So as you can see now, we are just thrusting up to a high Earth trajectory line, and soon we will separate our side thrusters, leaving us with our middle thruster, which should hopefully push us into a high trajectory of Earth and hopefully into space. I just want to take time to give huge credits to a creator called Spider Room and Spacey. I'm sure you've heard of these spaceflight simulator creators. They are, in my opinion, one of the best spaceflight simulator creators out there. This series itself actually is heavily inspired by Spider Room's Starstruck series. He was going to upload a 4th episode, but he never did for some reason. I think he might have decided to leave Spaceflight Simulator, which is totally understandable with a subscriber base and viewer base. But if any of you know him, could get him back into making content, his videos have absolutely blown up and he would be an immediate hit. As you can see, we have just staged our middle section. This is a heavy booster section, which is going to push us out of the atmosphere and into, hopefully, a stable orbit. Here we are time warping to our apoapsis, and the apoapsis is the highest point of your trajectory line, or your orbital line. Here we use our engine's full power and boost ourselves into an orbit with this stage. Now I created a very special pair of landing legs which are attachable and detachable from the body. I set the magnetized strength to the absolute max, meaning when I detach them from the main body, they will slowly slide down the base of the rocket and attach to the docking ports down the very bottom, causing a semi-smooth docking motion and also saving space. It also is heavily unnecessary and did not need to be built, but I did it anyway. Here I activate the energy efficient engine and use our fairings to separate, opening up to show our payload, lowering transportation weight. This stage has pushed us into a semi-low orbit of around 32 kilometers either side. Here we use our energy efficient engine to boost our trajectory line and hopefully have an encounter with the moon and not go past it. I'm going to speed this up by 10 times so you don't get bored. Now we have a trajectory line around the moon, so we're going to time warp there. And fun fact, if you did this normal speed in the game and didn't use any time warping or any speed multiplier, it would take you 3 days, which is the exact same time it would take you in real life if you were to go to the moon. Here we're doing a very famous move called the retrograde. Now the retrograde is where you are burning your fuel in the opposite direction to the way you're going. This slows down your velocity, as in the top right, and closes your trajectory line into an orbit due to the gravitational field of that celestial body. So here we retrograde even more to get a stable trajectory line to our marker, which is a lander I sent before the video was created, to kind of pinpoint on the southern part of the moon where we're actually going to land. Now, I didn't actually spot this on recording, but we had an extremely close flyby of one of my lunar satellites. I actually reverted, and I saw that they're only 24.15 meters apart from each other. So that was one of the many, many close skill issues we're going to have in this series. So now we're actually cancelling out a horizontal velocity so we don't turn into an F-15 hitting the ground at full speed. As you can see, we're coming in pretty hot. So this is probably one of the risky manoeuvres, and I might have to do a suicide burn. On my many previous landing attempts before this, I actually smashed into the probe on the moon already, so that probably wasn't the best idea to do again. And here we are with a totally safe touchdown. The start of Lunar Horizons has begun. The first pad operation we need to conduct is getting the landing and launch pad set down. This is going to be extremely important if we want to transport and receive payloads from Earth or other planets in the future. I've decided that I'm going to make these videos from around 9 to 12 minutes long, which I think is a perfect time, not too long, not too short, and really it does address the points and gets the ideas across that I want to portray in the game. As you can see, I added a solar panel to the temporary landing and launch pad. This is so in future updates, when electricity, or if electricity does get re-added, it will be more compatible. And I'm pretty sure we all knew it was coming. But I had another skill issue, severe skill issue, trying to detach these two docking ports of the research facility and the temporary power generator. And I didn't actually know this, but the detachers became ballistic missiles. They had so much pressure for some reason that they just shot extremely quickly, and this could be used in a future video for a launch system or some sort of weaponry defense system. And just like that, Lunar Horizons Part 1, Colonisation, has just come to an end. Happy space sailing.